What up, y'all? Once again, welcome to another video, BadNewsBrown. And I just want to speak a little bit about the government reclassifying marijuana. So, whether you realize it or not, the Justice Department basically reclassified marijuana. So, according to the report, it say the Drug Enforcement Administration is moving toward reclassifying marijuana as a less dangerous drug. The Justice Department proposal will recognize the medical uses of cannabis, but wouldn't legalize it for recreational use. So what does all this mean? Well, in my opinion, it's a few things. There's pros and cons. And keep in mind, they just said acknowledging it for medical use. And they're reclassifying it. Basically, okay, so look. Now, every state still gonna have their individual laws. So a lot of states, a lot of southern states still ain't rocking with the marijuana. But however, this opened the doors eventually, in my opinion, to where it's gonna be federal. And the point being, y'all, it's all about the money. And they can't have it both ways. And it's just funny because the weed, marijuana came a long way. And I may have mentioned this before that the whole cannabis plant is plenty other uses other than smoking. You know, you can rope, paper, clothing. I can go on. And it wasn't for political reasons why it was made illegal in the first place. Back in the day, about maybe 115, 110 years ago. Which, funny, and this goes to show all about the money, alcohol was legal 100 years ago, y'all. So what y'all think about that? Just imagine that. Yeah, all this drink that everybody drinking, popping bottles, that was illegal. Which is why you had names like Al Capone and plenty others, bootleggers, because they was running alcohol, I guess like dope, like the dope being ran right now. So just think about that. Something that you buy every day, that you was born, it always been legal. 100 years ago, that wasn't even a long time ago. That shit was illegal. And this is why they had the underground speakeasies and things such as that. And of course, the rich had access to it. So it's really no different here with this marijuana thing. Although it does raise a few suspicions, for me, in my opinion, one of these things, y'all, is okay. I mean, people who smoke, smoke. People who don't, don't. But I'm thinking forward as far as when the new generations, because when I was born, growing up, don't get me wrong, I'm growing up in California. We been had access to it, whether it was illegal or not, just the same as we got it now. So that wasn't no big thing, although it was illegal. You know, people went to jail selling weed. We had weed spots. I just put a video not too long ago. Y'all check that out about famous weed spots in the city of Oakland back in the day. So it was illegal, although we indulge. But now, fast forward to now, when you got kids growing up, it's pretty much legal. So in a way, that kind of encourages the use of marijuana. And like I said, people who don't smoke, don't smoke. People who smoke, smoke. But again, like I just said, for the youngest coming up, that's really all they gonna see now. And not only they just gonna see they particular demographic. In my case, only black smoking. Now they about to see everybody smoking, all groups. So, oh, it must be okay. And it's really no different than when I think about it, tobacco. So I guess so it goes. And another thing that comes to mind is because now that it's legalized, so the government getting regulated, there's already been talk of weed being laced, and I'm not just talking about with the fentanyl, uh, hormones, just all kind of stuff. So being that now it's more gonna be more widespread, it's probably safe to really start being careful where you getting your marijuana from, your tree from, and it may be even better just growing your own at some point. Although for the consumer, this is gonna be a good thing. They not worrying about really growing. They just gonna go ahead and purchase because, especially out my way, the price is gonna go down a little more, and not even necessarily because it is reclassification. It's already being the price is already been teetering down, or it can teeter still. It all depends. Being that the government now getting its hands, the government now is just, or the state basically is just another player. Honestly, pretty much the same people, the growers who selling from the cannabis club, I can buy directly under the table or over the table. So it really don't matter in that respect. And all that plays a part as far as the pricing or whatever. But as far as what I was saying is just that, could this be just another example of the powers that be turning up the dial on us, adding more and more ways that we can kill each other, whether through the food, through the air, through the chemicals, whether it be drugs or any other vice you may partake in. And now marijuana, where marijuana obviously is natural, it has medicinal value, but yet and still they got the recreational, which got a injected high amount of THC, and ain't no telling whatever else is gonna be put in it or already being put in it. So could this be another example? And it's something to think about, y'all. Or maybe I'm just traveling down a rabbit hole a little bit on this one. Possibly. But again, is this a good thing? I guess so. Being that the simple fact this was illegal and plenty of people, especially a lot of people, mostly that looked like me, went to jail for this, and here it is legal now. So, and of course, they knew this already, in my opinion, about the medicinal purposes and plenty other purposes. It's just that they couldn't control it and regulate it enough. That's why it's been illegal all these years. But now they found the way. So now here we go, and you see, they just taking their time, state by state. In every state is hopping on board. Cause I mean, they can't say no to that money. The state that's leaving money on the table. If you the state, I can imagine they in these state capitals debating. They smoking weed anyway, a lot of them. So, man, we got to get some of this money. You see, with the other state, they just made a couple billion. We can use that for, hey man, I need another vacation or whatever the hell they go swindle the money for. So them states is getting on board. And I just want to just run this by y'all real quick, man. BadNewsBrown, man. I'ma stay getting at y'all with this information, man.